Hello, everyone. My name is Lynn Schrader, and I help women to turn their expertise into a profitable business. Today, I want to talk to you about affirmations and how they really work. If you look behind me, I have a chalkboard full of affirmations. So I know what I'm speaking about, but let me explain where this video came from. So a few nights ago, some of my kids had me watching SNL outtakes. And I was cracking up. I mean, there is nothing like Bill Hader's Stefan or Keenan Thompson's Don King or the Goldberg's skit. I mean, those are hilarious. But I was telling my kids there's no comparison to the SNL from way back in my day. Um, Eddie Murphy's Mr. Robinson or Dana Carvey's The Church Lady or Jane Curtin's Weekend Update. I mean, those are the funny ones. So I had my kids watching some of those skits, and the one that they cracked up about a lot was Stuart Smalley's daily affirmations. Those are the ones that Al Franken did. Now, as much as I cringe when I watch him look in the mirror and say things like, you got to stop your stinking thinking, or I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, and doggone it, people like me. As much as I want to roll my eyes and cringe at his syrupy voice, I have to say, as a life coach, those affirmations, what he speaks about, are absolutely 100% true. I've got to manage my mind. I can't believe everything that I think, even though we think it's true. Not all the things that we think are true. Some of them are lies. So we have to manage our mind. Those thoughts of unworthiness, that you're just a complete mess up, that you're ugly, that you're not smart, those have got to go. When I was in my 20s, 30s, and yes, a big chunk of my 40s, my self-esteem was at an all-time low. I didn't value myself. I didn't have any direction. I was looking to other people for acceptance, and I was absolutely stuck and directionless, and really I was just a mess. And I knew that I needed to change. I knew that I got one shot at this life and I wanted to make it a good one, and I needed to change. So I started studying myself. And one of the things that I knew worked were affirmations, speaking positive things to yourself. So I began using them to get out of my low self esteem funk, and they really, really worked. You and I have this running dialogue that goes through our head. Now, sometimes what we hear is very good, it's helpful, but a lot of what we hear can be very negative. The I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm weak, I'm a mess, those are all counterproductive. And our thoughts can affect our perception of reality. We begin to buy in to what we believe about ourselves, and then we turn outward and we act that out. And we've got to manage our mind, and affirmations is one of the ways to do that. In other words, we got to make our mind. So what are positive affirmations? I think I need to tell you that right off the bat. They're simply positive statements that we tell ourselves to reprogram our subconscious into changing our current reality. Wow, that's a lot. Really, it's just challenging our negatives and unhelpful thoughts by speaking words that build us up, in a nutshell. So Mahatma Gandhi said something, and I have to tell you this quote. I'm going to read it. It's so powerful and it's so true, and it kind of tells you what I just said. He said, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words, then your words become your actions, and then your actions become your habits, and your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. In other words, we begin living out what we think. Now, Stuart Smalley was absolutely spot on when he said, you got to stop your stinking thinking. And we have to. For all of you science lovers out there, There really is a scientific spin to this, and it's called neuroplasty. And neuroplasty is just our ability, it's amazing, for our brain to adapt to changes in our environment by forming new neural connections over time. We can train our mind to begin adapting and changing. So over time, we can begin to think new thoughts. This is why we can learn a second language. It's neuroplasty. We're making our brain mind us. That's why we can learn an instrument. It doesn't come natural, but we can make our mind help us to learn a new instrument. Now, some people are more gifted than others, obviously, but that's called neuroplasty and neuroplasticity, and that is what affirmations are. So, by repeating affirmations up here, and I'm going to tell you a few, by repeating them over and over, we can trigger small shifts in our thinking. Now, it can seem a little woo-woo and a little uncomfortable, but I promise you it works, and it's scientific. So here are some example of the affirmations that I said. Now, keep in mind that we're all unique. We all have things that hold us down or that we want to break free from. So what I tell you now are the ones that worked for me. Yours, yes, they may be the same, but they may also be very different. And I'll explain how to find them. So some that I said to myself was, I'm a work in progress and I'm a work of art. Here's another one. I am not fearless, but I can fear less because no one is fearless. Um, I will not take anything personally, and I choose to rise above hurtful things that are said to me or anything that comes my way. Here's another one. I will keep doing things even though I'm afraid because I believe in myself. And this is the last one, even though I had many. This one was so helpful to me. Things will get better. This is just one moment in time. So how do you make affirmations work for you? First of all, you've got to keep, you must have your affirmations be meaningful. They should not be meaningless fluff and insignificant superficial things. Don't just speak words to speak them. Make them meaningful. Make them significant. First one is to keep it real and keep it personal to you. Look at something in your life that is holding you back, that has you stuck. Begin to think of that thing or things and call it out as a lie, and then write it down and flip it into a positive. Use words like I am. I am a work of art and a work in progress. Number two, don't be like the t-shirts. I am woman, hear me roar. Today's going to be a great day. Those are great things, but they're also kitschy and cutesy. Make them creative. Make it today is going to be a great day because I'm alive and I bring value to the world. That's not kitschy. That's not cutesy. Number three, give it a little punch. Give it a little punch. Make your affirmations, say them like you mean them. Don't make them wishy and whiny and wishful thinking. You are in the driver's seat of your life. So think of that thing that's got you held back. You've got a bad body image. You don't think you're worthy. Think of that thing. You're in the driver's seat. You are in control. Say the words like you mean them because you are meaningful. At number four is to visualize. One way to really engage in your affirmation is to visualize what you're saying in every sense, in every detail. Picture yourself walking into a room knowing it's going to be a great day because you are in it and you bring value to people around you by your smile and just by your being. And number 5, do them every day. Say your affirmations daily, several times during the day. Repeat them, and as you say them, believe them to be true. Be patient because things don't change overnight, but I promise I'm a work in progress. You will begin to change that way of thinking because you're speaking truth to you. Remember, we cannot believe everything that we think when it's negative. We have to manage our mind, and one way to manage our mind is to feed it great things. Now, I recently created some beautiful affirmation cards. Now, this is a small picture of what I created. There's 7 of them, and I invite you to click on a link that I'm going to drop. They're absolutely free. You can print them out, and this is just something to help you. Now, you can create your own, which you should, but let my cards be the first step in boosting your self-esteem, increasing your confidence, just helping you change, improving your relationships, and just having an optimistic mindset, maybe releasing fear, worry, and anxiety from your life. My cards will help, but again, create your own. So I'm going to end by saying that life is too short to begin to be believing lies about yourself. Let go of the should haves or the should be's or the new need to prove yourself and just be you. And one way to start that is to say affirmations to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to drop some links in the comments below. Thank you so much.